Can you call the roll, please?
Director Scobie.
Here.
Director Rundy.
Here.
Director Hayes.
Here.
Director Roth.
Here.
Director Rice Walker.
Here.
Director Gray.
Here.
And President Bradley.
Here, we have a quorum. We'll call a meeting to order. The first order of business is under the President. I would like to take time in the agenda for Board Order number 795. And it reads as follows. Whereas the Charter of the City of St. Louis grants the Board of Public Service a number of duties and responsibilities, including regulation, investigation, and the approval of a variety of important city transactions. And whereas Pamela Rice Walker was appointed by the Mayor as Director of Health and Hospitals February of 2007, and whereas since her appointment, all of the leading causes of mortality, cancer, heart disease, and chronic obstructive pulmonary disease have declined by 33%. And whereas since her appointment, the lead poisoning rate has declined by 70%. And whereas since her appointment, she has led the department in completing the Community Health Assessment and the Community Health Improvement Plan, which with citizen input. And whereas Pam has served as a commissioner of the Regional Health Commission, and whereas she has advocated for and established the Animal Abuse and Cruelty Task Force, and whereas she secured a modern tuberculosis clinic, and whereas she has achieved comprehensive accreditation for the Department of Health through the Missouri Institute of Community Health, and whereas Pamela is determined to bring her service to the city to closure by retiring on April 3rd of 2015. Now therefore, it is hereby ordered by this Honorable Board of Public Service that Pamela Rice Walker be recognized for her years of service and direction to the business of the Board, and that a copy of the Board Order become a permanent record of this public body by order of the Board of Public Service, March 24th, 2015. Pam, congratulations and thanks for your service to the city and BPS.
From the President. Contract and bond for letting number 8564, security upgrades at City Justice Center. Supplemental agreement number 7 to PSA number 1104, testing and inspection of materials at Lambert St. Louis International Airport. Supplemental agreement for Forest Park Comprehensive Wayfinding Signage Program between Forest Park Forever and the City of St. Louis. Recommendation that the Board declares as emergency action work for Lafayette Park Grotto Bridge railing. Recommendation that permit for St. Louis Blues to turn blue lights on city buildings, civil courts, Soldiers Memorial, add water features, Keener Plaza fountain to turn blue, paint blue notes on streets at Market, Clark, 14th and 18th, and place blue Let's Go Blues on 10 banners surrounding downtown, City Hall, Old Municipal Courts Building, St. Louis, Police Department Headquarters, 1520 Market, Municipal Garage, and Engine House number 2 be approved. From the President, Director of Public Utilities, Streets, Parks, Recreation, and Forestry, joint recommendation that permit for Loop Trolley, TDD, to construct necessary infrastructure for a loop trolley system running from the History Museum north to Developer to Delmore, turning west on to city limits. Recommends approval subject to certain conditions. From the Director of Public Utilities, recommendation that the Board declares as emergency action to remove logs and other floating debris from the Chain of Rocks shore intake. Recommendation that the Board declares as emergency action to dismantle and haul truck crane, 50-foot lattice boom, and miscellaneous parts to repair facility. Recommendation that the Board declares as emergency action to repair a Chain of Rocks primary pump motor 5 kV circuit breaker. Recommendation that the Board declares as emergency action to amend to repair transmission of differential of a four-wheel drive utility tractor. It will be additional work. From the Director of Public Utilities and Streets, joint recommendation that the following permits be approved subject to certain conditions as follows. Renovations Unlimited LLC to encroach on city right-of-way with 2 existing porch stairs and 1 new addition at 1923 and 1925 South 10th Street. AT&T Missouri stored a manhole in street of Vandervener and Duncan, which is now named 1 IKEA Way, to bore a new copper and fiber optic cable within the right-of-way across Vandervener to the west side of Vandervener, then to 1 IKEA Way. AT&T stored at existing manhole near 8954 Riverview Drive, bore 112 feet under Riverview Drive to Island. Trench bored 35 feet to right-of-way, ending at 8917 Riverview Drive, placing a new fiber cable to customer. AT&T Missouri stored in the alley at 2841 Pestalozzi, access aerial splice and bore from pole 290 feet to customer provided pipe at 2841 to place a new copper cable beginning at AT&T manhole at Nebraska Pestalozzi, bore approximately 50 feet to customer provided pipe. AT&T Missouri stored at AT&T manhole in the street of Alley and Boyle to bore a new copper cable for 25 feet within the right-of-way across Boyle, then bored 36 feet along the east side of Boyle at AT&T easement at 4255 West Pine. And Southwestern Bell Telephone Company, doing business as AT&T Missouri, stored at the front of 130 Bremen, placed a new handhole from the new handhole board 36 feet across Bremen and meet up with existing customer pipe at 121 Bremen, where a 2-inch poly pipe with fiber cable inside will be placed. From the Director of Public Utilities and Public Safety, joint recommendation that the following permits be approved subject to certain conditions. Tom Sutter to consolidate and re-subdivide land at 2131 through 33 Marconi and 5213 and 5215 Bischoff. And Eric Karkovac, YRC Inc. to subdivide land at 2720 South 2nd Street and City Block 757. From the Director of Parks, Recreation, and Forestry, recommendation that permit be granted for Arcus Equality former Eagle Golf to renovate 81 bulkers on the Probstein Golf Course. Work to include removal of all existing sand, pea gravel, and piping, flushing existing drains, replaced with new pipe, pea gravel, and sand. Recommends approval. From the Director of Public Safety, recommendation that the Board declares as 11 festival zones the following. Master the Meat at 6th Street between Olive and Pine, March 28, 2015. Car Show, Flow Plays at Flow Place at 5827 South Broadway, Elwood between Broadway and Pennsylvania, April 18, 2015. Walk to Ian Lupus Now, Carondelet Park and Streets, May 2nd, 2015. Veterans Stand Down at Kaufman Park and area surrounding Soldiers Memorial Park, May 2nd, 2015. Rosalita's Cinco de Mayo, Rosalita Cantina at 1235 Washington and in the streets at 13th, May 5th, 2015. Group 360 Dodgeball Tournament at Washington Avenue and Tucker to 14th, May 8, 2015. Girls on the Run at Soldiers Memorial and surrounding streets, May 9, 2015. Spring Fling in the city at 14th Street Mall in Old North St. Louis, May 9, 2015. Lindenwood Park Music Concert at Lindenwood Park in Pernod from Jameson to Prather, May 24th, June 28th, and August 23rd, 2015. Coleman Race for the Cure at Soldiers Memorial Parks and surrounding streets, June 13, 2015. Halfway House South Side Reunion at Carondelet pavilion in the park, September 26, 2015. Now we have the conditional uses.
Good afternoon, Mr. President and members of the board. I'm Michael Vicentainer, zoning plan examiner for the city, and I'll be representing the building commissioner at today's meeting. Per board order number 766, transmitted herewith are recommendations for the following conditional use agenda applications. Approval is recommended for one application, 4539 Parkview. Approval of conditions is recommended for 7 applications, 2616 Bird, 3761 Potomac, 1700 South Tucker, 4236 Natural Bridge, 6010 Hampton, 1229 North Market, and 4144 Lindell.
Are there any questions from the board on the conditional uses? Seeing none, I'll take a motion to approve.
So move.
Second.
Motion to approve is presented and seconded. Can you read the roll, please?
Director Scobie.
Aye.
Director Rundy.
Aye.
Director Hayes.
Aye.
Director Roth.
Aye.
Director Rice Walker.
Aye.
Director Gray.
Aye.
And President Bradley.
Aye. Approved. I'd like to look at the minutes from our March 17th of 2015. Are there any additions or corrections to the minutes as presented? Seeing none, I'll take a motion to approve, please.
Move to approve the minutes of March 17 meeting.
Second.
Been moved to approve and seconded. Can you call the roll, please?
Director Scobie.
Aye.
Director Rundy.
Aye.
Director Hayes.
Aye.
Director Roth.
Aye.
Director Rice Walker.
Aye.
Director Gray.
Aye.
And President Bradley.
Aye. Minutes are approved. Motion to accept the agenda, please.
So move.
Second.
Moved and seconded to accept the agenda. Can you call the roll, please?
Director Scobie.
Aye.
Director Rundy.
Aye.
Director Hayes.
Aye.
Director Roth.
Aye.
Director Rice Walker.
Aye.
Director Gray.
Aye.
And President Bradley.
Aye. The agenda is approved. Motion for adjournment, please.
President Bradley.
Excuse me.
Sorry.
Motion to accept the addendum, please.
So move.
Second, previous rule.
Been moved and seconded to accept the addendum, and there's been a call for the use of previous roll. Is there any objection to the use of previous roll? Seeing none, the addendum's approved. Motion for adjournment, please.
So move.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Anybody opposed? Meeting adjourned.